Hi lovelies, welcome back to UG Update. So guys, let's talk about the Lost in Love series, guys. And we'll be talking about quite an interesting episode that will be coming up in the Lost in Love series pretty very soon. Let's find out the drama that went down in this episode. But before I continue to the video, lovelies, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Please don't forget, guys, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright lovelies, let's dive straight into the video. So guys, the episode was all about Isha returns home and is greeted by a beautifully decorated room, leaving her both touched and surprised as she takes in the festive surroundings. She comments that it feels even more welcoming than a premium hospital ward. So curious, Savi then asks who went to such lengths to make the room so special. At that moment, Rajat enters with a warm smile, greeting Isha and Chantanu with a heartfelt Happy New Year. They return his wishes, and then Harini explains that it was Rajat who organized the decoration. Savi feels a wave of happiness touched by Rajat's gesture. However, Rajat's mind is still focused on his mission. He won't rest until he tracks down Lucky. Meanwhile, Lucky's friend urges him to finally answer Bigishri's persistent call. So when he does, Bigishri bluntly asks him if he was involved in Isha's accident. Lucky firmly denies any involvement, but Bigishri doesn't hold back, scolding him for his reckless behavior. Annoyed, Lucky abruptly ends the call. While Tara, who was listening, assures Bigishri that Lucky had no part in the accident, but Bigishri reveals another disturbing fact. Lucky is actually involved in the Rumahi's video scandal, which adds another layer of tension. She resolves to confront him when he returns, although she isn't certain when that will be. Tara then advises that Lucky should stay hidden in the Lunavala building until things settle down, unaware that Rajat has overheard their conversation. As Rajat prepares to leave, Savi notices him hurrying and urges him to eat something before going out. But Rajat explains that he has finally discovered Lucky's location and cannot rest until he captures him, and with a determined look, he leaves. Later, Jiga arrives at Lucky's hideout with an offer to help him. Suspicious, Lucky then asks how Jiga found his address, and Jiga casually reveals that he has been in contact with Tara. Lucky's friend advises him to consider Jiga's offer, but Lucky sends his friend inside, wanting to speak with Jiga alone. In a tense exchange, Lucky tells Jiga to leave, expressing regret over his past actions, something he feels Jiga lacks. Sensing an opportunity, Jiga tries to provoke Lucky, suggesting that Rajat might choose Savi over him in the end. Furious, Lucky wants Jiga to keep Savi out of their conversation. However, Jiga's attempt at manipulation fails as Lucky doesn't rise to the bait. At that moment, Rajat arrives, telling Jiga to leave and warning him to stay out of his business. Without hesitation, Rajat slaps Lucky, demanding answers about Isha's accident. Lucky and his friends deny any involvement, but Rajat presses further, questioning Lucky about the Rumahi and Aman video scandal. Lucky admits he created the video out of revenge against Aman, although it was his friend who later uploaded it online. Overcome with remorse, he falls at Rajat's feet, insisting that he regrets his action and had nothing to do with Isha's accident. Rajat, still suspicious, demands to know why Lucky hid and avoided Savi's call if he was innocent. Soon after, the police arrives at Rajat's home asking for him. Savi anxiously questions their presence, and Rajat steps forward with Lucky, explaining that he was the one who called them. Bewildered, Lucky asks Rajat why the police are involved now that he had confessed. Bigishri angrily accuses Rajat of ruining their New Year celebration, but the police proceed to arrest Lucky for his suspected role in Isha's hit-and-run case. Despite Tara and Bigishri's desperate protest, Lucky pleads with Rajat to intervene, but the police are unmoved. Just as the situation escalates, Rajat takes a stand, informing the inspector that Lucky is not involved in Isha's accident. He asks the police to release him, but the inspector insists that they have a warrant and are legally obligated to follow through with the arrest. At that moment, Rajat's lawyer arrived with anticipatory bail papers, effectively stopping the police from taking Lucky into custody. Frustrated, the inspector criticizes Rajat and his family for what he sees as a misuse of legal privilege, accusing them of making a mockery of the law. With no choice but to leave, the police depart, though visibly displeased. Rajat thanks his lawyer for his timely assistance, but his relief is short-lived as Savi confronts him, expressing her disappointment. She accuses Rajat of prioritizing family loyalty over the truth and warns that this compromise has cost him her trust. Savi stumbles upon crucial information that turns the entire situation on its head. She encounters an eyewitness who reveals that it wasn't Lucky who caused Isha's accident, but Jiga. Shocked and furious, Savi digs deeper into the details provided by the witness, hoping to confirm this revelation and understand Jiga's motive. As she processes this new information, Savi recalls how Jiga had tried to manipulate Lucky and spread rumors to mislead Rajat and the family. She realizes that Jiga's actions weren't merely about protecting Lucky, but were part of a larger plan to shift the blame onto him. Determined to confront the truth, Savi decides to speak with Rajat and inform him about Jiga's involvement in the accident. Guys, that's quite a lot of drama, like a whole lot of drama that will be going down in this episode. You can see that Rajat actually defended Lucky, in as much as it didn't really sit down well with Savi, but at the end of it, Savi eventually found out that it was not Lucky who was responsible for the accident, but Jiga. So guys, what do you have to say about the episode? What do you have to say about the drama? Please drop what you think on the comment section. And as you do that, lovelies, please don't forget that this is still UG Updates. In case if you are yet to subscribe to UG Updates, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. Please don't forget, lovelies, to give the video a thumbs up. Alright, lovelies, that'll be a wrap. Thank you guys for watching up to this point. I really love you guys, and I'll see you guys on my next video.